On this Northshore News, a new app is stirring up controversy on Southeastern's campus. We'll tell you what students are saying about the new anonymous app. And the safety of railroad crossings in Tangipahoa Parish is becoming a concern. We'll take a look at what the parish is doing.
Also ahead, former Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider is building a new studio near Hammond. We'll show you our exclusive interview with the star. Northshore News starts right now. Parish says because the developers follow.
Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Valerie Ponseti.
And I'm Paul Rivera. A local oil company is aiming to begin fracking at a site in St. Tammany Parish. The location has raised concerns among many residents and officials, and I took a look at the controversial issue.
We are going to do something, and if somebody's going to stop it, it's going to be the people of St. Tammany, because as Louisianians, we have had enough.
Enough of safety and health risks caused by environmental accidents like the BP oil spills, say these St. Tammany Parish protesters. The point of a tense local debate is fracking, or the process of extracting natural gas by hydraulic fracturing. With drilling proposed through a St. Tammany aquifer, residents fear an accident would contaminate the air and water supply, causing serious health problems.
If something could happen, it would affect the way of life that we have in St. Tammany Parish. That's why we all moved here, so we want to try to do whatever we can do to protect that way of life.
Plans by Hellas Oil to drill a natural gas well in St. Tammany have met strong opposition, but industry experts are pushing for awareness.
The misconception that's out there is that it's a new technology, an unproven, unregulated technology, and nothing could be farther than the truth. The oil and gas industry is the most tightly regulated industry in the world.
Regulations that some think may not be tight enough, and some believe that the chemicals used in fracking wells could trickle into groundwater and even drinking water, but experts say that something like this has never happened.
For anything to happen, there are a number of things, failures to happen independently that would not be caught either by the oil company or the regulators, and that has never happened.
Words that invite skepticism from local lawmakers, despite Batson's point that no documented underground spills have ever occurred.
The people who are going through this drilling process are saying it's safe and all those things, and perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't, but I know there's always a chance.
Chances that some residents aren't willing to take.
This has proven to be very detrimental to property values in other states where fracking has taken place, and our parish depends on property taxes to support our government, our schools, our roads, our infrastructure.
But experts can point out the success stories of fracking in other states.
The state of North Dakota is actually enjoying a $2 billion surplus. Any road repair or anything of that nature that needs to be done, they just write a check.
If the parish is expecting to get around $2 million annually from the oil company that's putting in this well, that is nothing compared to the amount of property taxes that they collect in this parish.
And for now, residents of St. Tammany wrestle with the possible negative impacts or benefits of a fracking well.
This area enjoys some locational advantages that no other part of the United States can match. There's a unique, what I like to call a perfect storm of opportunities. The presence of the oil and gas itself, the best transportation infrastructure for oil and gas anywhere on the globe, access to ports. The combination of factors is unmatched anywhere. And when people see the opportunities and they understand the relatively small character of the risks and impacts, they'll know that it's a no-brainer to move forward.
For Northshore News, I'm Paul Rivera. Hydraulic fracking makes up about 40% of the oil and 60% of the natural gas production in the United States. An Iraq War veteran was recently found dead in a field on the North Shore. 31-year-old Jonathan Gordon from Laranja went missing in December, and investigators found his truck abandoned in Ponchatoula. Gordon's remains were recently found on a Hammond woman's property. Now, his family is demanding answers. Gordon served 9 months in Iraq in 2004 and was awarded a Bronze Star.
Also in Tangipahoa, police are investigating a deadly shooting by a state police officer. Police say it happened when deputies responded to a domestic violence call in Hammond. A 70-year-old woman was allegedly being threatened by her son, 48-year-old Michael Nichols. Police say they were approached by an armed suspect with a knife over his mother. They shot the man, who later died from his injuries. Neighbors say that he lived in the house where he died with his parents. Police say his mother was taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. Police are still investigating the incident and are not yet releasing names.
Yik Yak, a new app that's spreading across college campuses, allows users to post anonymously about anyone or anything, and there are strong feelings about the app. Some believe it's good, harmless fun, while others say it's cyberbullying. Michael Vincino asked Southeastern students what they think about the app.
An app that allows its users to post comments anonymously is spreading across the nation's universities.
The app right now, I guess for me personally, being in a fraternity, I know Greek-wise, it's affecting it tremendously.
According to the creators of Yik Yak, they created it in 2013 to start conversations and build online communities.
I love it. I think it's anonymous. I like the fact that it's anonymous and you can post whatever you want. Most of it, I don't like it. Say a lot of mean stuff and you're basically hiding behind, an anonymous post.
The app is limited to people above the age of 17, and it works by including yaks from users within 1.5 miles of one another.
In the Greek, atmosphere, I know a lot of people are getting offended by it, a lot of people are getting amused by it, and a lot of people are actually, not even worrying about it. Some people aren't even downloading the app because they think it's, childish.
Not the intention of the app, but the anonymous nature of the way it operates has allowed cyberbullying. Legal action has been taken, including numerous arrests.
It's dumb. I don't want to wake up to negativity. Just hiding behind a keyboard is what I see it as.
If malicious activity is reported, the creators say that the Yik Yak website offers a service that can geographically fence off locations to ban users.
I think there's some concern about the app. Do I believe that it's something that's incredibly serious? No, but it's not something that we should take lightly.
Yik Yak plans to launch worldwide and create a global platform for location-based messaging and likely only increase the privacy and legal challenges that they currently face. For Northshore News, I'm Michael Vincino.
Experts say no matter how anonymous something might appear, it doesn't provide protection from being identified by law enforcement if comments being posted become criminal.
Concerns about the safety of railroad crossings in Tangipahoa Parish are being voiced. The parish is trying to balance safety and cost. Stephen Smith has the report.
Over the past decade, there have been over 10 deaths at crossings like these throughout the parish. For some residents, it's not a prime concern.
More so than the train, it's the cars that cross the track without stopping is what concerns me.
Parish President Gordon Burgess understands what's at risk for the neighbors of these train tracks. However, getting all of them protected with crossbars may be more of a burden than a help.
We looked at the cost of gating and the lights, and that was well over $1 million. The railroad and DOTD said, well, if you want it done, you pay for it. Well, we don't have those funds for that.
Regardless of safety, there are other things that the parish money has to be spent on, which is why railroads like this one aren't exactly the top concern. Children's safety is even at question, considering the schools that are located near these crossings.
I've talked to everyone from the governor down. Just was not going to be able to change their minds.
Tangipahoa is trying to stop the deaths, but until the crossings are covered, there are no guarantees. For Northshore News, I'm Stephen Smith.
The parish advises residents to always come to a complete stop at railroad crossings and to never allow children to play around them.
John Schneider, the iconic star of the Dukes of Hazzard in Smallville, is stepping out from in front of the camera to behind it. He's begun building his own studio on a scenic 58-acre plot near Holden. The new studio can make dreams come true not only for Schneider, but for other filmmakers as well. Nestled in the woods outside of Holden, Louisiana, construction has begun on John Schneider Studios. This renovation of a 100-year-old property is hard work, but for independent filmmakers, this studio offers a chance to make their dreams a reality.
People who are independent filmmakers can come here and work. They can have the best middle-of-the-road quality that they can get.
Schneider, who most recently appears in the Tyler Perry series The Haves and Have-Nots, is not only channeling his ability to help others, he's also using the studio to put his own passion for writing and directing to work.
Not to diminish acting in any way, but acting is, you're worried about one character, one storyline, one thought process, it's not one-dimensional, but it's focused in one very specific direction. As a director, everything from your shirt to your tie to her phone to his shoes to where the sideboard is to what paintings are on the walls to what color the room is, you're involved in all of that. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it much more. It's far more rewarding when it's all said and done because you're part of every single shot.
Louisiana is becoming a prime location for movie sets. Now, is it the people, the culture, or the environment?
The answer is all of that and more. I mean, people started shooting here because of the ambiance, because of the environment, because of the swamps, because of New Orleans, because of Bourbon Street and the French Quarter. And, you know, it's a great place to eat. And all that is true.
This property where John Schneider Studios is located has a rich history dating back to 1910. With its swampy environment and rural location, this studio helps represent the best of what Louisiana has to offer.
So this place was perfect. That's when the notion was, well, wow, if I was really smart, I'd buy this place and I would turn it into a studio for independent filmmakers, for people that don't have millions of studio dollars.
And people from all over have come in to build this studio to help make movie magic happen.
I live up in North Carolina and gave me a call, said they might need some help, so me and my fiance decided we'd come on down and give a hand with it.
We got the idea that we should get a bunch of people together and come out and have a weekend of just seeing what we can restore and get ready for the big move to become the film studio.
Schneider is working to help filmmakers tell stories that people will always remember.
I think that's the most important thing for an audience. I think we all like to get lost in a great story. And as I said, hopefully that's what's going to come out of this place. People going, my God, that was cool. I never thought of that before. What a great story. That's what I live for.
Schneider has produced one film at the new studio, a cult horror comedy entitled Smothered, which has received critical acclaim. For more information, you can visit his website at thejohnschneider.com.
Highway 190 in Mandeville has been under construction for over a year now. The widening of the road started April of 2013 and was supposed to be finished this past April, but numerous issues have delayed the completion of the project. Businesses on this main highway have been frustrated with the construction and are now doing something about it. The complaints were put into a letter that State Representative Tim Burns sent to Command Construction. The complaints stated that the crews are undermanned and the company shows little regard for their effects on the area. Burns said in the letter that if he didn't get a detailed plan to finish the work timely and fully satisfied, he would look into legal action. Command Construction has already responded to Burns, but the response was not released.
After the break, we'll take a look at the smoking ban that is set to go into effect across Louisiana's college campuses.
And we'll also tell you about a Southeastern alumnus that was recognized at Southeastern's spring graduation. North Shore News will be right back. Welcome back to North Shore News. ABC's Good Morning America co-anchor Robin Roberts, also a Southeastern alumnus, was recently honored. She was awarded an honorary doctorate at Southeastern's spring commencement ceremony. The honorary degree was approved last year by the University of Louisiana System Board of Supervisors. Roberts graduated from Southeastern with a communication degree in 1983. While she was a student, she was a Lady Lions basketball star and began her broadcasting journey at the campus radio station KSLU.
The Southeastern Channel, named one of the top 4 college television stations in the nation by College Broadcasters, Inc., added to its glowing list of awards recently, including 2 more Emmys. A pair of Southeastern Channel student productions, a documentary, and a music video were recently named winners of prestigious Emmy Awards. Students Nick Brillo of Hammond and Scott Caro of Mandeville won in the photography category for their documentary McCrae, 1971, Louisiana's Forgotten Rock Festival. The program also earned honorable mention in the long-form and editing categories. Another Emmy winner for photography was The Riddle, a music video by student Nick Othmont of Covington. The video also garnered an honorable mention for directing. 2 North Shore News reporters won honorable mentions: Erica Ferrando of Mandeville for her new story on improved levees, and Caitlin Morales of Covington for writing in her Causeway Safety Report. The Emmys were awarded by the National Academy of Television, Arts, and Sciences for the Suncoast region. The Southeastern Channel has now won 11 Emmys and 41 Emmy nominations in the last 9 years. Along with her Emmy recognition, Ferrando brought home the top honor out of all college and university television and radio students in the state of Louisiana. Ferrando was named the first ever Student Broadcaster of the Year by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters, made up of all television and radio stations in the state. A reporter, anchor, and producer for North Shore News, Erica was honored at the LAB's 2014 Prestige Awards ceremony in Baton Rouge.
Wow, I'm so excited about this. First, I just want to thank the LAB so much for this award. This means so much to me. And I have to thank Mr. Rick Satoon and John Reese for all the opportunities I've been given at the Southeastern Channel. My parents and grandfather being here supporting me. I mean, this means so much. Thank you.
Shortly after winning the award and graduating from Southeastern, Erica was hired as a news reporter for KPLC TV, an NBC affiliate in Lake Charles. We here at North Shore News appreciate Erica's contributions, and we congratulate her on what we know will be the beginning of a great career in television news. Find out more information about the Southeastern Channel at southeastern.edu/TV. Southeastern has appointed a new director of the University Police Department. Harold Todd is returning to Southeastern, where he earlier served as assistant director for the UPD from 1994 to 2004. Todd has 34 years of law enforcement experience, serving as a Louisiana State Trooper and narcotics investigator, as well as chief of police at 2 other universities. He holds a bachelor's degree and secondary teaching certification from Southeastern and a master's of science in criminal justice from the University of Alabama. He's trained at both the Louisiana State Police Training Academy and the FBI National Academy in Washington, D.C. He's expected to begin his new duties in June.
Lawmakers recently passed a bill to ban smoking on all Louisiana college and university campuses. The tobacco-free policy will be enforced at Southeastern starting this coming fall semester. The new law prohibits tobacco products, including cigarettes, as well as electronic cigarettes. The law is designed to make public areas a healthier place. The law makes an exception for smoking on game days and at tailgating events.
Southeastern Louisiana University has been recognized by Child Advocacy Services, or CSA, for its efforts to give teacher education candidates the training needed to detect and prevent sexual abuse among children. Over 900 students have been trained in the Stewards of Children's program, and Southeastern is the only university in Louisiana to take a stance on helping educators prevent child sex abuse.
Up next, the CEO of one of the nation's largest retailers is stepping down.
And a new study is exploring the link between lack of sleep and memory loss in women. Welcome back to Northshore News. The CEO of Target has stepped down months after a massive data breach at the retailer. Target announced the decision for Chairman and CEO Greg Steinhoffel to resign was made after discussions between Steinhoffel and the board of directors. Steinhoffel has been with the company for 35 years. Chief Financial Officer John Mulligan will serve as interim CEO. Target has begun working to upgrade its security measures since a massive hack last year that compromised the credit card information of 40 million Target shoppers.
Getting a good night's rest is not just about getting your beauty sleep anymore. A new study says getting the right amount of sleep every night is important for maintaining your memory, especially later in life. Some 15,000 women aged 70 and older were studied, and more memory problems were found among those who got less than 5 hours of sleep a night or more than 9 hours. The researchers say the memory problems were equivalent to nearly 2 additional years of age, when compared to someone who regularly logged 7 hours of sleep each night. People who changed their sleep patterns over time, even just by varying it only 2 hours, developed more memory loss as well. According to researchers, a balanced, consistent night's sleep is the healthiest approach.
Smartphones, tablets, and laptops. These devices have blurred the lines between traditional work hours and off hours. Many of us are tethered to our devices, and even if a lot of us are complaining about always being connected, this study says most of us still think it's a good idea. A new Gallup poll found that 79% of workers view the ability to stay connected digitally outside of the office as positive. 36% of us say we frequently work remotely on our devices after our workday ends. The study also showed men seem to be more tied to their devices than women, with 40% of men compared to only 31% of women reporting regularly using their devices for work outside of working hours. Gallup says workers who frequently check in from their mobile devices are adding nearly 10 hours to their work week on average by working remotely.
People in the coastal city Ibaraki Prefecture have held a traditional festival for the first time since the March 11th tsunami that ravaged Japan 3 years ago. The Hitachi Otsu no Ofuna Festival takes place every 5 years to pray for a good catch and safety at sea. Locals used a rope to pull a 15-meter-long, 6-ton wooden ship carrying a portable shrine. Many people filled the roadside to watch the event and to pray for the area's recovery from the tsunami disaster. More North Shore news ahead. Stay with us.
A football tournament recently took place to help raise money for the families of 2 men that were killed during a shooting the day after Christmas. The Tragedy to Triumph flag football tournament was held for the families of Rose Scott and Mark Womack, who were both killed outside of a bar in Slidell, and had 9 participating teams. Savon Fisher, who organized Tragedy to Triumph, says that they are trying to show kids that people can come together. All of the money raised has been split between the 2 families of the victims.
An event held in Slidell called Mammograms and Martinis is a new way a group of women aim to save lives. The event, held at Slidell Memorial Hospital, was hosted by Zeta Phi Beta sorority to make the test a fun, positive experience. This is the first time Mammograms and Martinis took place, and the sorority members served bright blue alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks to encourage women to take the necessary step of having the screening to detect possible breast cancer. About 40 women RSVP'd to the event, with walk-ins as well. The Zeta Phi Beta members are already planning a follow-up event. For more information about cancer screenings, contact the Slidell Memorial Hospital Regional Cancer Center at 985-280-6600.
That'll do it for this North Shore News. This is also Valerie's last show, and I'd like to congratulate her and wish her the best. Remember, you can watch on-demand video or send us your stories at our U-Report link. Visit www.northshorenews.tv. I'm Paul Rivera.
And I'm Valerie Ponseti. Before we go, I'd like to take a minute to congratulate Paul on winning the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters Scholarship. Thanks for watching.